basketball here, and trust me, you're into your offense. You're into your offense. So all this overplay and all this practice they've done, they're trying to put, they're spending 15 minutes a day practicing jumping in passing lanes. You've now taken that away from them, and now you can get into your offense. Okay, so now you cured the problem of slower athletes being able to get into their sets. Now all they have to do is execute by setting good, strong picks. Let's walk through that again. Yep. Hot, good. Keep going. Good. Good. And then you're into the offense. Okay, whatever scheme you want. Okay, now, listen to Bobby Hurley talk from St. Anthony's, and I begin to realize what his theory is, that he wants players to dribble the basketball. So, ball here, when he explains to his defensive players, I'm unfresh on ball. I don't want to steal the ball. I just want you to get her to dribble the ball. Okay? And the theory behind it is, one down here, I'm guarding this young lady here. What's her first name? Leah. Okay. I'm guarding Leah, and put the ball on the ball floor. Okay. Stop. Right. Now, once she starts dribbling, it makes it easy for me to play defense. Okay, because it's in here. All your intelligence comes through your eyes. Okay. When you take your eyes away, you're not that intelligent. It's all in the eyes. So my eyes are now watching the basketball. I'm very intelligent and I'm ready. Susie puts the ball on the floor. I have all my legs about me. I can play here and I'm ready to do my thing. Okay, now, throw the ball quickly to the post. Hold on. And then after you receive it, you're going to throw, you step out and throw the ball to the other post. Good. All right, start over again and then do that. Now watch my intellect here. Okay, I'm seeing the ball pass. I'm not sure, and now this is all frozen. This is all frozen because I lost my intelligence. So when the ball is being dribbled, it's easy to defense. When the ball is being passed, it's very difficult to defense. Christian Brothers is a Central Jersey team. Their coach always has them pass, pass, pass. Don't let the ball touch the floor. So I'm watching the two programs, and I realized for us to be state champions, we've got to go through teams like this. And I always like watching their box scores. We played each other in December 6 years in a row. And St. Anthony's won 5 times, but the scores were always 38-36. And St. Anthony's beaten everybody by 20 points. So the team that will pass the ball takes away that defensive edge that they had. So what I think we need to do is teach our players to be better passers. We have to encourage the pass. We have to say when there's a good pass. We have to tell them to look up the floor and make the extra pass. How to throw the pass. How to make the receiver comfortable. Talk about passing, talk about passing, talk about passing. As I get into the matchup zone right now, the reason that it's successful is because high school kids can't pass. There are all kind of holes inside the zone. It's not a particularly good defense. It's good because it works. If I brought in a bunch of experienced people, you guys and girls, a lot of you know how to play the game pretty well, you can pick this zone apart. But they're playing against other high school kids and they're not good passers. You're on the sideline coaching and you'll say, oh my God, what? We missed them. And after a while you realize they keep on missing them. They can't see it. Okay? Or they throw the ball into somebody's hands, or somebody doesn't make a clean catch, or they miss the layup. So there are some holes in the zone defense, but they don't seem to be able to capitalize on it because of it. Now, the strengths and weaknesses of the matchup zone. The weaknesses is it slows the tempo down. So therefore, we used to play in the 70s. Our games are now in the 50s. By the end of the season, a lot of times it's 40s and 30s. And a lot of people say, well, Camden Catholic's still have the ball. Not true. The other team's slowing the ball down. And they don't even know they're doing it. Okay? What's happening is when you play against the matchup zone, girls get into a 1-3-1 zone. Okay. It doesn't have to be this. I'll explain about the alignment in a little bit. But when they come down, they suddenly are taking their time and they're passing because you don't get the practice against the matchup zone. So therefore, their time mechanism, the way I do it, is they usually shoot the ball within 15 seconds. Now they're not going to shoot the ball within 25 or 30 seconds. They're not the same team. They're out of tempo. So all of a sudden, like, well, score at the end of the first quarter, a lot of times in our games, 8-6. And usually when the other team plays, it's 16-14 or 16-10. They're out of whack. We're familiar with it. We understand this tempo. We know the game's going to open up, but we're at a nice pace. We're really good. It is so much fun. And I tell my coaching staff, I said, you watch, this is going to happen, and they laugh because it happens almost every game. The other team comes out and they start, and they've been practicing. If they're going to play us on Thursday, they really only get to practice on Wednesday against us. Because wherever they played on Tuesday, they're practicing Monday. They're not wasting Monday's practice for Thursday's game. They're practicing on Wednesday only. And how are you going to practice against a matchup zone you haven't seen it all yet? Okay, so you throw your JVs in there and say, well, here, play a matchup zone. It's not the same thing. So the coach always has 2, maybe 3 schemes. And they come down, and they go through their first scheme, and then we figure it out, we take that away. And then they go through the second one. And then the kids always like this, and the coaching box, we just start laughing. He always goes down like this. What do you want now, coach? And the thing that's even funnier is the coach over here usually goes like this to his assistant coaches, and then he goes like this. Time out. We're going to win the game. It's over. It's over. We know it's over. Okay? And it happens time and time again. Because it's just not that easy to go against. The reason that we use it is I don't like going against it. It's not that easy. As coaches, Lou, is there anything more wicked than seeing a boxing one or a triangle one too? It just drives you crazy to see these things. What are you going to do? You don't practice against it. You know? Don't let a kid. I always think don't let your best player score 30 points a game because that's one way to avoid boxing one. You have to have schemes for it in case it happens, but the matchup zone is very difficult to practice against. One of the weaknesses, I'll use Gloucester Catholic as an example. Usually we're 5-10 points better than Gloucester Catholic. But by playing the matchup zone, you allow them a chance to beat you because of the slow tempo. Now you might be playing Camden High, who's better than you talent-wise. You have a chance of beating them. So you have a better chance against the better teams, but you're allowing the lesser teams to have a chance against you because of the slow tempo. You have to have man-to-man ready at all times. The last 2 minutes of the season, you will always play man-to-man. Okay? Championship's on the line, you're down 4 points. You're going to play man-to-man with 2 minutes to go. So you have to have your man-to-man ready. The matchup zone is very difficult to teach. It's very difficult to understand. You're going to want to scrap it. We find that in December, we play matchup zone about only 8 or 10 minutes a game because it's not ready. Then you got to get back into man-to-man. Then, around January, you play at about 20, sometimes as much as 30 minutes. In February, you're playing at 32 minutes. High school game's 32 minutes. You're playing at all 32 minutes. You got it. You're ready to go. It's a comfort zone. Now, the reason that you only play so many minutes in the game, there's just holes, they're not familiar. All the kids are familiar man-to-man. They're not familiar with matchup zone. When you're standing here and coaching your zone, you can tell them where to go. Start in, get in. Get all the way into the box. All right, now come out. Okay, I can move her around. This same zone, she's way over there. You can't coach them. Right here, you can tell them what to do. Okay, as an assistant coach, I always, at the beginning of the game, I slide right here, sit on the end of the bench where I can help the kids out. When they're down there, they're on their own. So as you're teaching them the matchup zone, you're trying to get them big enough, mature enough, to be able to do it themselves. Okay, I cannot strongly encourage it, but I think it's good if you're willing to put in 15, 20 minutes a day. You might not use it this year, you might use it next year. I think to watch it today, you'll at least have some ideas what to do against it when you're on offense. Okay, good things about it, you control the tempo, you get